Y'all, the October challenge is off the chain. We finished week 1. We just started week 2 today, and it is a beast, but we are getting it in, and we are really enjoying Trap and Tone. At least I'm enjoying it, y'all. I feel like I'm getting into the best shape of my damn life with LASHAE. Y'all can sign up for the challenge. You won't be eligible to get any of the prizes, but you can actually get the workouts from going to ifyoucanmove.com and signing up. Okay, tell them that Bondy Blue sent you. Y'all can use my email, bondy.brittany@gmail.com, which is always down below in the description box, along with the link for the websites. And also, don't forget to try the TLCT, y'all. NutriBurst, I live by it, okay? Y'all think we be playing, all of the reality stars and everybody be trying to sell y'all the NutriBurst and the tea, and y'all think we bullshitting with y'all. Y'all can keep playing if y'all want to, but y'all see us. Okay, we're getting it together. I ain't all the way there yet, but I'm on my way. I'm better than I was 5 months ago. 6 months ago, child, I'm better than I was this whole time. Okay, so if y'all trying to get in shape, you're trying to start your workout journey, please check out LASHAE and ifyoucanmove.com. And also, if you want to purchase TLCT or any of their products, the NutriBurst, please buy it from me. Link down below. All right. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Married at First Sight review, y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with Woody and Amani. So all of the couples are getting ready for decision day, and they talk to family members and other friends about decision day and if they're going to stay with their partner. Amani, to me, is kind of sort of pretending like she doesn't know if she's going to choose to be with Woody or not. Like, you know that you're going to choose to be with him, girl. Stop playing. But I feel like she just wants him to know that it's not like a done deal, because I think when you allow men to think they have you in the bag, they play games. They take you for granted. So I think she just wants to be sure, like a lot of people do. They want to be sure, okay? And one of the main issues with Woody is him not understanding her, and instead of asking for clarification, he will just kind of skate over things, and she doesn't want that to be an issue with big things. So if you don't understand me, if there's a miscommunication, then express that to me. Don't just float past it because you're too embarrassed to say you don't know what that word is, okay? Like, say what it is. I don't know what some words, I have to look stuff up all the time, okay? Like, somebody was trying to correct me earlier, and I was like, but recant means to take back. Am I correct? Let me, recant meaning, okay, that's what I thought, to take back. Okay, yeah, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even have to say it. Somebody else came along and corrected the person. But either way, I just kind of feel like, there's no shame in having to look things up. There's no shame in asking for clarification, because no one knows everything, okay? And some things might be in your purview and some may not. Woody talks to his grandmother about being really ready to be married to Amani and feeling like life before her was boring. You're looking for somebody. You're constantly in a state of wondering if you're ever going to find somebody. And now he feels as if he's found somebody. He got his cute little black and happily married t-shirt on. His grandmama was like, that's cute. I like that. And then in the confessional, she said that if there are two people who are meant for one another, it's Woody and Amani. I think they are really good for each other. And I was like, now, if grandma said it's what's real, okay? So I love their relationship, and I'm excited for them. Grandma does give him the advice to pay attention, the best advice, the advice he needed. I think because grandma knows her grandson and knows that sometimes he could just be up here somewhere, he not paying attention. He's in his own mind. Amelia and Bennett. So I felt like Amelia was kind of being really cavalier about, if she was going to decide to stay married to Bennett or not. She was like, I'm going to flip a coin. And she may have been just joking, but it's kind of like a serious matter. And I think he felt some type of way when she said that. Like, oh, so you're going to flip a coin? You don't just already know, that you want to be with me or not? I think that we thought their relationship was so tight, we didn't realize that Amelia kind of does come off like somebody that's showing you a representative sometimes. She doesn't want to really delve deeply into things. His friends come over and they are not fans of this whole process. They feel like the only way you can really get to know someone is if you go through trials and tribulations with them. And Amelia and Bennett haven't even really been through any. And I'm like, that's because Amelia has been avoiding conflict as far as I'm concerned. And to me, that's a sign that you're not really getting the true true and real her, you're getting her representative. Because what's it going to be like when you guys get into an argument and she's actually annoyed with you or pissed off about something? Is she going to resort to like being disrespectful or, you know, kind of questioning his intelligence, you know, things of that nature? I don't see it, but you just never know. Bennett doesn't want to give up life in New Orleans either. So I think he has a lot to think about. And then Amelia gets a reading done. And she has some friends there with her, and she asks about, you know, rocky water, anything dubious in the future. And the lady basically says not to make any decisions out of fear. And Amelia felt like the reading was ominous. It actually got cut off short. So she talks to her friends about how she had a scary dream about him, which shows that there is, you know, some insecurity there. There is some fear there. What is the fear that Amelia has with this relationship? She hasn't really expressed a fear, you know? So Miles and Karen are talking about decision day, right? And he's nervous, but she just wants to be clear. Like, she wants to have a clear head in order to make whatever decision she's going to make. And I think that they should both choose to not be together. Miles has his homeboy Blake over, and they talk. And they discuss how quarantine has been really hard and they weren't really able to communicate. Then, you know, he talks about that time where she was, you know, trying everything not to have to sit next to him, which made him feel like, damn, you don't even want to sit next to me? I'm going to go ahead and leave then. Because why am I trying to be here with somebody that doesn't even want to sit on a sofa next to me? You taking it to another level now. You know what I'm saying? So he talks about that and how ever since then, there have been some changes, but he doesn't know if Karen has the capability to give him what he needs. I don't think she does either. I think that Karen wants to be in a toxic relationship with a, you know, very toxic masculine man who will talk to her bad and get her all excited, and, you know, then he'll dog her out, and then she'll cry, and then she'll be bitter until she finds the next dog ass dude to be with, unless she changes her thought pattern on which she finds attractive. Like, I understand wanting somebody to be assertive, but at what point do you recognize that what you're asking for isn't exactly what you need? And if you were making the best decisions in men, then you wouldn't be on this show. I'm just saying, didn't that dude have a baby on her? Never mind. Or wasn't he married? One or the other. Miles still hasn't had sex with her. That's bothersome. I don't know if I want to marry someone if I don't know what their box is like. Understandable. Karen talks to her friends, you know, and everybody talks about how they want, you know, a take control type of man. And I want a man that's going to be able to lead me and all of this. I want a man that's strong enough for me to submit to so that I can trust him. And, you know, I feel like a lot of the things that she's saying, even though I understand where she's coming from, I am a strong personality. So in my relationship, I would like to not always feel as if I have to still be the person that, you know, it is the strong personality. I get all of that. Trust me. But at the end of the day, the things that she points out that are issues with him are all toxic masculinity type things. This man may be young, but he is in control at his job. Isn't he like a school administrator of some sort? You know, deals with kids all the time, is mature enough to handle his own life in a responsible way. Of course, as women, we always come in and make things better for men because they just, you know, as far as their living situation, how they live, how comfortable they may be in their home, they don't know how to do certain stuff like that. We bring a lot of the nesting and all of the comfort that you create in a home. Women bring that a lot of the time. And looking at the type of man that she wants, she must also want to fit into these confines as a woman. Okay. All right, fine. Okay. That's great. But to say that he's not that man because he knows how to vocalize his emotions, I just think that's toxic. And I am not a fan. And I know that Karen thinks she's getting a bad edit. And I just think that she has bad taste in men. Like, to be honest, the fact that you couldn't even give enough to him in order to be affectionate, like, that just says a lot. And look, if you're not attracted to him, then you're not attracted to him. That's understandable as well. But to me, it just kind of seems as if it's more so of the shit Karen has made up in her mind than it really is about Miles and who he is as a person or as a man. Y'all, then we got to see Brett and Olivia. Brett meets with his friend and talks about the Olivia situation. They talk about the pandemic and how it made him realize that there were just some fundamental differences between he and Olivia that weren't going to, you know, change, or it just wasn't going to be able to be something he could just let go. What that really is about is her having money and him not having money. That's what that's about. Olivia talks to her friend about it too, and she feels maybe she could have been a little bit more affectionate in order to give him something so that he would feel the need to give her something in return. But in all honesty, I'm glad that she didn't, because I feel he would have still shown up as the same asshole because he has issues he needs to work on. But he is the type of person that refuses to realize his own issues. And one of the things that I hope happens at the reunion is that the doctors actually call him out on his shit. Like, say to him, no, this is you. You can't just say that an issue isn't happening because you don't want to believe it. It's happening because you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't know I was doing it. Yeah, you do know you're doing it. Like, he's just such a jerk to me. And the fact that his friend said that he can be basically an asshole. It can all be about him and what he wants. And that he would like to hope that Brett learned a little bit of empathy. And when somebody says you have a lack of empathy, you're a psycho, dude. Like, you're probably never going to have a real relationship because you don't have any empathy. Like, y'all better watch out for Brett and whatever's in his basement. Like, just saying. Brett says he's looking forward to getting back to rejecting women on dating apps. All the poor women. I hope that him being on this show, makes that a little bit harder for him. You know, Christina and Henry, you guys. Christina talks to her dad about Henry and how she feels like she really tried, but he didn't put forth the same amount of effort as she did. And she doesn't want a man who doesn't want her because she's not stupid or ugly or anything undesirable. And a man should want to be with her. She's been with people who have been madly in love with her. So for Henry to give her the vibe that he doesn't want her, it's just kind of like, I don't have to deal with that. But I really wish we could have tried because he's sarcastic and has dry humor and he's hilarious. And I can sometimes see how this can work. Look, Christina, at the end of the day, I think everybody can see that you're faking the funk. That on one end, you want to pretend like everything is cool between you and Henry and you really tried and all of this shit. But then behind the scenes, you trying to hold over his head that somebody told you he was gay and he had a gay lover. And now you're going to put that out there if he doesn't support you for the rest of the show. And I guess go along with this bullshit that y'all were actually trying to make it work. I mean, it's basically two different things happening at the same time during these scenes with Christina and Henry. Her pretending that everything is good and thinking he's going along with that, and him just being like, I hate this bitch. Basically, he says he is really not over the fact that she tried to hold that situation over his head. And I think that is what she did. I think she's going to try to act like that's not what she did, but that's definitely what she did. But I do want to say that what annoys me about Henry is that he's not very communicative at all. He doesn't communicate how he feels. Instead of calling her out on the shit, you just sit there and laugh and smile and go along with it. And then you get mad when she doesn't understand what your point of view is. Like, y'all are not speaking two different languages. Henry, you're not saying shit. And then you get upset that she doesn't read your mind. Like, he's really exhausting to me in some areas, just like she is. I think they were put together because they have a lot of the same issues. They don't know how to communicate. Woody and Amani have their last date and go and eat some oysters in front of Niao's together. I was like, oh, that's my spot. Then he gets really emotional and says that he can't see himself without her. And I was just like, y'all so sweet. Oh my God, you guys, let's go bowling together. Amelia and Bennett have their last dinner and she tells him she really wanted to be on a reality show. I was like, wow. Why would you tell him that? I mean, I guess that's the truth. And I guess she's being honest, but it kind of seems rather vapid for you to get on Married at First Sight just because you wanted to get on a reality show and you thought it would be this weird, quirky experience for you to get on a reality show. But this man is like really putting emotion and feeling and heart and feeling like he's falling in love with you when you're telling him this was really about being on a show and not about being with him. He doesn't know how to feel. And he's not going to say that he feels played. He's not going to say that now that makes me not trust you. He's not going to say that. He's just kind of going to see what happens, which makes us feel like Amelia and Bennett may not choose to be together at the end, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This really brought up a lot of questions. Then at the end, when she said she would have gotten along with anyone they matched her with, I was just like, so it doesn't even matter that he was like a really great match for you. Good. That's what we needed to hear. God damn, Amelia. So Christina and Henry have their last dinner. The food look good, y'all. She says that she is proud of them for making it to the end, and she admits that she was wrong for saying that Henry was gay. She was tripping. She says that she's used to someone putting her in her place, and she asks what he likes about her, and he says that he likes that she's spontaneous and that she can write well. After all the time that they've spent with one another, if that's the only thing he can say about you, that's not good. And then she burst into tears, which now seems like something she can do with the drop of a hat. Like, oh my God, Christina, you are so disingenuous. I understand why he's like over you. He should have just rolled his fucking eyes at you and let it be known that he was in disgust of your, flaw and fakeness. But still, it would have been nice if you would have been honest with her instead of just sitting there, Henry. But whatever. Karen and Miles' dinner. She says that she wants a man who she can trust to be assertive and put in her place. He says that you want masculine energy. I am that. And, he's very kind of annoyed at the fact that she's acting like he's not a masculine man just because he can vocalize his emotions. Like, y'all, this makes me so upset. He says that he wants a woman who wants to be with him, who can be affectionate, and who is proud to be with him. So just like you want a toxic nigga, he wants a woman who actually wants to be in a relationship with him, and that may not be you. Woody and Amani are in bed that night, and they talk about how if she doesn't choose to be with him, how he's going to flip out. And it kind of started, he got a little upset. It kind of was a little argument. She was like, hold up, because that's not what I'm saying. Okay, chill out. You're doing the most. She feels like the fact that he doesn't listen to her could possibly be a real issue in their relationship, enough for her to say no. And he's like, no, that's not a good enough reason for you to say no, which bothers her. And it kind of sparks a little argument, but they gonna be all right. Then it's the last day and everybody has to leave. Karen leaves, Miles, and all of the other relationships, the men leave. So Henry leaves the place that he shares with Christina, and Woody leaves the place that he shares with Amani, and I guess they will see each other, when we come to decision day and we talk about everything and they decide what they're going to do. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited, y'all. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I want the doctors to really talk to them and get in Brett's ass, please. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I hope y'all enjoy. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I see y'all in the next one. Mwah.